Welcome to Shift Chats, Mother and Daughter Special Edition. Welcome to Shift Chats.
Welcome.
Mother-daughter edition.
Yes, mother-daughter edition. Here we are.
Right. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself in a little bit, but I just wanted to just share a little snippet about how we kind of like came to doing the mother and daughter edition, because you and I had talked just on and off a while since we knew I was going to start the podcast up and all that. And I was like, I think we should have you be on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And then you was acting shy.
A little bit. I am.
So we're here. I'm super excited. And then when we were kind of preparing for stuff, you was kind of like, I think I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to be asking you questions. So Miss Caitlyn with a C is taking over Shift Chats today.
Yes, we are.
And I'll let you introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Caitlyn Monae. I am a registered nurse. I do YouTube. Follow me, Caitlyn Monae. And I also have a business, which is called Renewed Self. So we could probably add that on to the video. So at Renewed Self, follow me on Instagram. All right.
Yes.
Want to jump right in?
Sure. Why not?
Are you ready?
And just so y'all know, I didn't look at these questions, so I'm hearing the questions for the first time, like you are.
I have the
so
questions on my phone, so
we might, we'll see how this goes.
All right, so let's start with something light and fun. Let's see. So who was your celebrity crush when you were younger?
Oh, that's a good one. Celebrity crush when I was young.
I feel like people my age would say like B2K.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm old, so I'm going to have to go with like New Edition, Ralph Tresvant, Ronnie DeVoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that. And if you could have dinner with any celebrity, who would it be and why?
Ooh, right now, like my, and I don't even know if she considers herself a celebrity, but she's just so amazing to me, Fawn Weaver.
I don't think I know who that is.
She is Uncle Nearest Whiskey.
Uh-huh.
So, she started that, whiskey company. Like, I believe it was like somebody in her family that had it in the past. I think I shared a little bit about it with you. And, from there, like, it's grown. Like, they just bought a vineyard. They just got into, I believe it's gin or vodka.
Okay.
And she just broke the Guinness Book World's Record for the most books signed, because she has a book coming out.
Oh, wow.
And she signed like 25,043 books. So she broke like 4 records.
Oh, wow.
She went in to break the original longest signing, and she did that. And then she broke like 3 or 4 more records. But I just love her, because that's just how she is. Like, she is just so like into, manifesting, committing to like the growth and the wellness of everybody around her and like her team. And like, even when she was doing the book signing, you could see like the team, like, so everybody was up for 24 hours because that was the goal. Right. So you had people like taking turns, and she, so it was just like, and I woke up a couple times, like, I was like, I'm with you in spirit. So, but a couple times like through the night, I would like log back on, because she did it live on like Instagram and some of her other social media. So I would log back on, and you would see it would be like hundreds of people on there watching. I screenshotted a couple so I could, a couple times I was on there like cheering her on. But yeah, I think if that was one person I could have dinner with, because I would just want to like, because I feel like I'm pretty good at like, manifesting and setting goals. And like, I think I said like after she did that, I was like, she mentioned that she goes to bed at like 9:30 and she sleeps 8 hours. So she's up at 5:30.
That's how I am.
And I was like, ooh, get up at 5:30. But when you look at the things she does in a day, it makes sense. Like, she really is like in a 16-hour day, because that's what she's doing. Like, her work ethic is like unmatched. I don't know if I met anybody.
Wow. You'll have to send me her Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I got excited about fall week.
No, you did. You just gave me a beautiful rundown.
Yes.
And what's your favorite childhood memory?
I would have to say, and it's funny because I feel like I was talking to somebody else and they asked me that, and I remember one time like asking my mom to. Oop,
Tissue.
yeah, no, I got tissue.
Yeah.
But I wanted to dance in the rain, and so I think I had to probably be like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something. And we lived on a busy street, but it was like, I don't know, 10 or 12 steps to get up to our house. And so from the porch to the kind of platform, like it was safe for me to do that.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, I was talking a couple of weeks ago again, and we were talking about how like, actually when I did the radio thing when I was in Wisconsin, and we were sharing like childhood memories, and we were talking about how like we used to like sleep on the porch, and
Yeah, I remember
could be outside and like it was safe and you didn't have to worry about stuff. So I think that's one of my
childhood memories, dancing in the rain. I never knew that. I remember you saying sleeping on the porch, but I never knew dancing in the rain. I think this is a good one. What's a hobby you've always wanted to try but haven't yet?
I think pickleball, is it?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Similar
like
to,
the
like,
new like tennis,
Yeah.
but
Don't they have like an actual tennis racket, or is it like a different?
it's
Type of
made different. Like I
Okay.
think the handle is a little bigger, and I've actually like Googled like pickleball in the area and whatever. So I'm definitely gonna like just maybe
should
like
try to
take a
do that.
class or something. Yeah,
Or just like a random day,
Right.
Just go in.
and they have it at the Y too.
Oh,
So
okay.
we membership at the Y, so we could definitely do it there.
I never knew that. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so I might be getting into some pickleball.
I think that'll be fun. Something to do. Get outside
Right.
and moving around.
Good exercise.
Let's see. Did you always expect to have a family when you were growing up?
No, actually, I did not. And don't take offense to this. I think I'll
You
talk
told
to
me,
you
yeah.
about this.
I
Like,
was
I didn't want
okay.
kids. So, because I was a young aunt, right? So I became an aunt when I was like 7 years old. So, and I was like a real auntie, like changing Pampers, fixing bottles, babysitting. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was like, I don't think I want kids.
Right.
So, but then of course that came when you came about, and look at us now.
Right. The twins. Where have you been? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's see. What was something you liked about the way you were raised that you wanted to do for your children?
Oh, that's a good one. I think probably, and this kind of goes both ways, but I feel like the independence, and then also like being able to talk to my mom, your grandma, about anything. So and I think because I was the baby,
Yeah.
and my siblings were 10 or more years older than me, by the time she got to me, she was like, you don't gotta lie, you don't gotta sneak no boys, you don't gotta you know what I'm saying, like just talk to me and we
Right.
can. So we had definitely a different kind of relationship, and I considered her my best friend, so we were able to. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
being able to have some open conversations and not feel like, because it was probably nothing that I could say or tell her that she hadn't already heard or
Yeah,
knew from my
exactly.
siblings. Yeah.
That's true. And I remember you just telling me that too. Like, you don't have to sneak. You can talk to me. And it just made it easier to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
To talk to you about anything.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Don't quit. And that was from your grandma Sarah.
Don't
like
quit.
she would be like, nothing beats a failure but a try. And I don't know who that quote is, but she used to say that all the time. So it's kind of like,
And I feel like I see that all around now. Just
yeah.
on social media too.
And so Don't Quit is a poem. I don't know who the author of the poem is, but that's actually a poem. And like she really loved that poem, and that like she really kind of like lived by that, like you just got to keep trying until you get to your desired result.
Yeah, I like that. What's the most memorable outfit you've ever worn? Like you've had a lot of.
Oh,
great
this
outfits.
is funny. These are some good questions. So I feel like, and this is, I don't know if it's memorable or funny, and I'm gonna have to try and find the picture so we can share it. But I think I was in maybe like the 3rd grade, maybe
you
like
went
8
way
or
back.
9. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's memorable because I kind of got like yelled at, but it's also kind of like cute and funny at the same time.
Yelled at by like your teachers or
No, by grandma, by your
Okay.
grandma.
Okay.
Because it was picture day, and I had, she had like given me whatever I was supposed to wear, and I put on like this little half top swimsuit.
Oh wow. Third.
And yeah, so it was like shoulder out.
Oh wow. Cutting up.
For my school pictures.
Right.
And so when
I
she
need
got
to
the
see
picture,
that.
she was like, what? So hopefully I can find it so we can share.
Please.
But yeah, so that was like probably memorable, funny. And then I think if I think about now, I feel like my and I really just did pictures in this for my 50th birthday, but I didn't like go anywhere or anything, but it was like this cute, and it was from Fashion Nova, this cute little jumpsuit. I love a cute jumpsuit now.
Right.
And it was kind of like sparkly, and
Okay,
so
yeah.
I think I posted it before, but yeah, I think that's probably one of the
Yeah.
cutest outfits. I
50 is
think.
a milestone. You look good, 50 girl.
Yes, this is 50.
Yes. What's a dream you had as a child that you still think about?
Girl, where is you getting these questions from? A dream I had as a child, I think probably, I feel like I always had this idea that I was like fancy and wealthy, and I don't want to say rich because it's not necessarily about money,
Right.
but more about like really like I always like nice things, and I think you guys kind of have that.
Yes, I was just gonna say. I think that's from you.
Like we'll
Sure.
go into the store and like, oh, that's so beautiful, and it might be like $400, and it's like, oh,
Exactly.
but I maybe can find it for a little
Right,
cheaper or something.
right.
So, just really, I think extravagant taste maybe. But I think part of the dream is that, and I feel like just in addition to that, anything that I have dreamed about related to positivity, I have been able to manifest. I will say that. Like where we are right now is a manifestation of me saying, I'm gonna get a house, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then, doing the things to.
Now we here.
Now we're here. Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Agreed. What's a funny habit or quirk you have that people might not know about?
A funny habit or quirk. I would say that I absolutely, no matter where I am, what's going on, I have to take a shower before I go to bed.
You think that's a weird quirk?
Yeah, because I don't think everybody do that. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I have to like be fully clean before I get in the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I'll think more about that, but that's going to be the answer for now.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fine. Because I feel like not everyone. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people probably don't do that, actually. Um, what is your all-time favorite meal?
Oh, um, I would say if I'm preparing the meal, it's definitely going to be like black eyed peas, sweet
That's your
potatoes,
favorite.
macaroni, string beans with like potatoes in it, catfish, probably, or maybe not necessarily a meat, but definitely some black eyed peas.
And I feel
And I
like you
could just
just made
eat
that, too.
yeah, and I could just eat like black eyed peas. Like it don't even have to be nothing else.
I wonder if you used to eat that when you were pregnant with me, because I don't like black eyed peas.
Um, I don't know.
Because we were talking about the blueberry pancakes yesterday, and
I was gonna
don't
say
like
I definitely
anything on my pancakes.
was,
Like, I have to have just butter and syrup.
and one of my very good friends, Sean Hansborough, can attest to me
Eating the
when I
blueberry
worked at We Energies,
OMG.
and I was eating blueberry pancakes for breakfast every day when I was pregnant with you. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And this is a question that just kind of popped up. It's not on my phone, but just because you had me at 21,
Yes.
and then Jacob was 20. What? No, you were like 27, 28.
Yep.
And then TJ, what, 29 or 30 years old?
Yes.
So just in the span of like raising us, do you feel like it was hard? Do you feel like it was challenging or somewhat easy, like with my dad, or like how would you describe that?
That's
'Cause
a
you were
good question.
young,
Oh
'cause
yeah.
I'm 29.
Right. And I remember when you were like 24, you was like, "Yeah, I don't know how
There's
you
no
did
way.
it."
There's no way.
So yeah, I think that it definitely was challenging. Challenging. It definitely was hard. But I think at the time, like when you guys were younger, like we really did have a village. Like, we had your grandma till I think you were like what, 4 or 5. We had your godmother,
Yeah.
godfather, who were my godmother and godfather.
Right.
But then they kind of,
Helped
when I
out.
had y'all, then y'all got the benefits of the godparents, and I got kicked to the curb.
Right, right.
But very supportive, very, like pick y'all up from school,
I remember
help with that. And I also think that like a lot of the jobs that I had were, because I'm a self-starter, as they say in business. So I had a lot of jobs where I didn't have to punch a clock when you guys were little. So, and I think my first business I did was a daycare. In the home when the boys were little.
Yeah.
Like you were old enough to go to
that.
school.
Yeah.
And I had a daycare, and I had like 2 or 3 other kids plus the boys. So it would be like,
You've honestly been an entrepreneur for.
I've been an entrepreneur for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I did the math.
I totally forgot about the daycare.
Yeah.
I used to love that, and just seeing the little babies and the kids running around.
Yeah.
When I got back home from school.
Yeah. So I had an in-home daycare. But yes, there definitely were challenges. And I think that with being with your dad, at the time, like we had a pretty good relationship as far as like kind of trying to work together as it related to you guys as kids. So I think we supported each other good, for the most part in that way. And I don't know if us being older would have necessarily made the difference.
Okay.
So I just think being a parent is a challenge in itself.
Right.
Of course, the younger you are, you're still learning. And, I think you and I were talking about this the other day, like how we grew up together technically, and you've kind of like seen me transition and,
Right.
become a better mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you wish you would have waited, or would you prefer it have happened the way it did?
I feel like everything happens how it's supposed to. So, I feel like our relationship and who you are continuing to become as a woman is a part of how it was supposed to be.
I love that. Great answer.
Thank you.
What was your favorite game to play as a kid?
I would probably say Connect 4.
And I be beating people in Connect 4.
You
too.
love
I
Connect
love
4.
Connect 4,
You like think you the queen.
I am the queen of Connect 4.
You are pretty good at Connect Four,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yes, and I've been trying to get into chess now too. So, but Connect
yes,
Four. Okay.
yes. I did have you guys learn how to play. I don't know how to play chess, but I had you guys kind of start.
Yeah.
You know, but that is something that you kind of got to like continue to practice.
You do. You do.
Yeah.
And know how the pieces move. I thought you were gonna say the one with the ball.
Trouble.
No, like just
Jacks.
Yeah.
Oh, with the
I don't know why I thought that was like
because we were talking
this
about
is not
that
a
recently.
Game.
Well, Jacks is a game.
Okay.
Like you
gotta pick up.
Yeah, and then you can lose, and then you have to pass it to the next person. You're trying to get all 10 jacks up without dropping the ball
Like
and
all
the
in
jacks.
one hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
or to get like it's a couple different ways to play it. So
Right.
yeah,
This one should be.
that's an old school game.
Yeah, but we used to play it though on 56th Street.
Yeah.
Like out in the driveway, or like in the living room. You would show us how to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
If you won the lottery tomorrow, what's the first thing you do? I knew you would laugh.
Oh my goodness. First off, I have to tell this little tale like my mom used to say, your grandma would say, you can't win if you don't play. So I make sure that I get me some lottery tickets. But I think the first thing that I would do, now that I'm a little bit more financial savvy, like, you know, we have a financial planner, you know, you have, you know, the person that I work with, you know, and like 401 and saving and all that kind of stuff. I will probably say, I feel like that's tricky because I feel like I need both. I feel like I need an attorney and like a financial person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Like nipping that in the bud right away.
yeah. So making sure like all of the business is handled because I would want it to be. Because people think like you win the lottery and that, you know, and depending on how much you win, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you take the lump sum or you get it every year, you know, like it's a lot of different moving parts to that. So,
Right. I didn't think about that. I assumed it would just be a lump sum, but like I think getting different
right.
times.
So I will definitely want an advisor to
get it all squared away.
when I win the lottery.
And
I
that's
will
just that on that.
get an advisor.
Let's see.
That was good.
What's the funniest lesson you've learned from a mistake?
A funny lesson? Look, I don't know if they ain't funny. Let me think. Funny lesson I learned from a mistake.
And maybe you probably just laughed about it after going through it, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like I would have to think a little more because I feel like, you know, there's been many lessons, right, in
but
my
not
life.
necessarily that was like funny, like a funny mistake.
Well, and you know, you got to laugh sometime to keep from crying.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, I would have to think about that some because I feel like I've had so many lessons, like picking one and trying to. So yeah, I got to think about that one.
Okay. Let's see. What's your favorite way to spend a Sunday afternoon?
Excuse me. Sunday afternoon, I really like because I feel like I work so hard during the week. Sundays is just like sometimes I want to do absolutely nothing, you know, and that could be, you know, getting up, taking a shower, like journaling or meditating. Excuse me. And just literally doing nothing. Like I might have the TV on, I might have my phone, I might have a book. Like I might be doing a bunch of different things at once, but a whole lot of nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how it should be.
Yeah. So usually, like, you know, of course, if I have something planned, you know, then, you know, I plan to do that. But usually I like to just, you know, debrief and release from the whole everything that I've done.
Not even think. You don't want to think at all.
I don't want to think, honey. You got that right.
Let's see.
Three, three,
Running
three.
through these questions,
All right.
yeah.
You had some good questions.
If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Ooh, right now on my list is still I want to go to Africa. Because I did the African ancestry,
Takar people.
and we are of the Takar people of Cameroon. So I definitely want to take that trek and, like, visit and just learn about that culture and the people, and see if some of the things that we do are like
Similar
to what they do, which I'm sure it probably is, but just like to kind of be in it and see it. So I think that's probably number one on the list right now.
Maybe we need to plan to do that. 2025, 2026.
We could plan
Family trip.
I like it.
What's your guilty pleasure TV show or movie? I know you have a lot, but like, what's your number one show and movie?
Ooh, my number one show is Queen of the South. Like,
okay. You've been saying that for a while now. Queen of the South was great.
I love Queen of the South, and you remember Prison Break?
I never watched. I've seen some episodes, but not the entire thing.
So that is they both are definitely binge worthy. So yeah, and then movie, it's still the Players Club.
Really,
that's don't trust nobody information but your own.
You know what movie I thought you were gonna say?
What? The Color Purple.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Players Club, and they're kind of like neck and neck, but yeah.
Okay,
you said pick one, so
yeah.
But yeah, that was like me and your grandma's favorite movie. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, if you could bring back any fashion trend, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one. I always like the I think they call knickerbockers, like the little crop pants, and they kind of are back, but they used to be more of like open. Like now they're kind of like short, and they like come between your ankle and your calf.
Okay.
I don't know if they consider it like crop.
You're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but back in the day, it was like I think it was called a culotte.
Oh.
And it was more open.
Okay.
But they were like comfortable, but still cute. But yeah.
Is that how you used to dress? Well, no, you said more like tomboy in the 90s.
Yeah, I was
in high school.
Definitely a tomboy in high school. Like I was tennis shoe, Jordan, jeans, kind of more baggy clothes. But I think that probably was like the style at that time.
It was.
But I could get dressed up though too.
Yeah.
So
like, just let me know the time.
Yeah.
The event.
But I definitely was a tennis shoe, and that was because I had a really good friend that worked at Foot Locker back in the day. So
That's
we used to definitely be plugged in on the Foot Locker.
Oh, I bet.
Items.
I bet y'all were. Let's see. If you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why? Oh, and the time just went out too. So it's gonna be
switch. You know what? I'm gonna have to be honest and say that I don't think I would switch lives with anyone.
Yes.
Just because one, where I am in my life right now, and because I know that I could be my most true, authentic self, and either people like it or they don't. They can take it or they can leave it, and I'm okay with if they leave it. So I think I'm in such a great space in my life right now that I wouldn't be making any switches.
Yeah. And I love that answer because I would have answered the same way.
Period.
Me. Switch lives with me.
All right. Exactly.
This was fun.
Yes.